Please Lataffa, Please Fragrance World, French Avenue, Armaf, Paris Corner, whoever, please clone them. Hello friends, I'm George, the nice medic gentleman. Welcome back to the channel guys, I hope that all of you are doing well. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different type of video compared to, all my normal videos. Today I'm not going to review fragrances, I'm not going to try out fragrances. Today I'm going to give you a list of 9 fantastic designer and niche scents that I would love to see get cloned. The first fragrance that I will absolutely love to get a clone of will be from the house of Essential Parfums, and it was one of my best niche discoveries from last year, and it's called Bois Imperial, a creation of Quentin Biche, an absolutely fantastic and unique fragrance. It's woody, it's green, it's spicy, there's ambery sweetness in here, there's some freshness as well. A very unique scent that is absolutely versatile, works absolutely all year round, is signature scent worthy, and has incredible performance. Whenever I use this fragrance, especially on clothes, the scent itself sticks around for weeks and weeks, and I'm not kidding. This is an absolutely fantastic and unique scent. The next 2 fragrances that I'm going to show you and that I would love to see cloned by a Middle Eastern fragrance brand will both come from the house of Xerjoff, and the first one is called 40 Nuts. Now this fragrance was, for some reason, quite a lot of people call an aquatic or marine type of scent. To be honest, I've never found anything marine about or aquatic about this scent, but that doesn't make it bad at all. It's a very woody, very green, and quite sweet fragrance with a lot of ambery sweetness. Another very unique scent that's quite versatile, can be worn pretty much all year round, maybe apart from the hottest months of the year. Has absolutely fantastic performance and it's signature scent worthy. And I really love this fragrance, and I would absolutely love to see a Middle Eastern fragrance brand actually clone 40 Nuts from Xerjoff. And the second Xerjoff fragrance that I would love to see get cloned, of course, will be none other than the also famous Naxos. An absolutely fantastic creation from the brand of Xerjoff. I really like this fragrance. This absolutely fabulous mix of the lavender, the honey, the tobacco, with all the other notes in here. It's aromatic, it's feels slightly green, quite a bit of sweetness with a lot of a tobacco note in here. Really lovely creation, and this is one of my signature scents outside of the Middle Eastern fragrances, and I would really love to see this one get cloned. Now I know that there are some clones out there. I have one of them that comes from Paris Corner, and it's called Vogue Elegante, but to be honest, I've never found Vogue Elegante to be that accurate when it comes to the scent. It carries a bit of the same vibes, got pretty much the same notes in here, but they're mixed in a different way. They're with a different strength compared to Naxos, and all around this feels less sweet, it feels more aromatic. The tobacco note in here doesn't feel as good as Naxos, and that pretty much ruins a little bit the whole experience when it comes to a Naxos clone. So that's why I would love to see a better clone of Xerjoff's Naxos. The next 2 fragrances that I would love to see get cloned both come from the brand of Prada, and the first one is called Amber per Homme Intense. A very interesting, very unique fragrance from the brand of Prada. It's a very dark, very mysterious scent, the scent that, like the name would suggest, has quite a bit of ambery sweetness, but there's some green notes in here. There's some leather, some woody notes like a sandalwood note. There's a bit of freshness, a bit of powderness from a tonka bean note. All around a very unique fragrance from the brand of Prada. Unfortunately, this has been discontinued. It's very hard to find nowadays, and prices can reach outrageous levels for a full bottle of Prada. Prada Amber per Homme Intense, and those are the main reasons that I would really love to see Prada per Homme Intense actually get cloned, and on top of that I really like the original fragrance as well. And the second Prada fragrance that I would absolutely love to see get cloned is one of my most favorite designer scents, and it's called Prada L'Homme Intense, and this is some absolutely sexy and classy stuff inside the bottle here. It's an iris based fragrance, but iris done in the Prada way, which doesn't feel powdery, it feels clean, it feels fresh, feels really sexy and classy. You also get some sweetness in here, you get a very nice strong leather note that just adds more masculinity to the whole scent profile, and this fragrance is absolutely fantastic. Pretty much a beast mode performing scent, at least on my skin, and I really love this fragrance. Now I know that there's already one clone from the Middle East of this fragrance, and it's called Evoke Gold Edition. It comes from Ajmal, and this fragrance is actually not bad at all, but the more the better, if you know what I mean. I'd really love to see more clones of Prada L'Homme Intense, and even more better done clones of Prada L'Homme Intense. The next gem that I will absolutely love to see get cloned is this one here. Pure Havane from Mugler. An absolutely fantastic fragrance. I really love this this whole DNA and the scent in here, which is pretty similar to Naxos that I showed you earlier, but this is you know, slightly more masculine, slightly darker, heavier take on that very same DNA. It's such a great creation that I really cannot believe that Mugler actually went and discontinued this absolute monster of a fragrance. Now again, I know there's a clone out there of Pure Havane, which comes from the brand of Ryan Tradition, and it's called Insurrection Too Wild, and this fragrance actually is not bad at all, quite lovely, but still this feels a little bit fresher, feels a little bit lighter take on the DNA of Pure Havane. I would love to see you know, a clone that actually feels darker, that feels thicker, that feels more masculine and sweeter compared to Insurrection Too Wild. So please, anyone out there, please do a better clone of Pure Havane. The next one comes from the brand of Valentino, and it's called Valentino Uomo Intense. And this is another, you know, of my all-time most favorite fragrances. It's another iris-based fragrance that feels pretty similar to something like Dior Homme Intense. It's pretty much a powdery, makeup-y iris-based fragrance, but in here this feels sweeter because it has more vanillic sweetness and has a very strong leather note, very masculine leather note. That adds a very interesting, you know, masculine sort of a direction to the whole scent. Very nice fragrance, absolutely love it. Now again, I know that there are some clones of Valentino Uomo Intense. I have one that comes from the brand of Saint Hilaire, and it's called Ombre Chic, and this app actually is a sleeper type of scent, you know, a very underrated fragrance that actually does a pretty good job at copying the scent of Valentino Uomo Intense. But again, just like with Insurrection Too Wild, it feels a little bit more airy, a little bit fresher, just lacks the thickness and lacks the strength of the leather note. So I would really love to see a new clone of Valentino Uomo Intense that actually, you know, does the sweetness, the vanillic sweetness right, that does the iris makeup-y, you know, powderness right, and also does the masculine leather note right. So the next fragrance that I would absolutely love to see get cloned will be Valentino Uomo Intense. The next two will come from the brand of Dior, again iris-based fragrances because that's my most favorite fragrance note, and the first one is called Dior Homme Original. If not this one, you can clone the OG Dior Homme EDT, the earlier formulations before 2020. It doesn't matter which one, this or the other one, please clone any of the two fragrances. Now at this point we have quite a few good clones of Dior Homme Intense, some of them really good, but we're yet to see a really nice clone of Dior Homme Original, in my opinion. There is a fragrance from Armaf that's called, what was it exactly, give me a second, yeah, found it, it's called Futura L'Homme, but this one feels like a mix between Dior Homme Original and Valentino Uomo Intense. In fact, to my nose, this leans to the Valentino Uomo side. So I would really love to see a clone of Dior Homme Original and Dior Homme, you know, EDT, the earlier formulations before 2020. This is another, you know, lipsticky, irisy based fragrance, but this feels fresher compared to Dior Homme Intense, and I would again absolutely love to see a clone made of Dior Homme Original. And the last fragrance that I'm going to feature in today's video, and the one that I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty tough to actually pull out, but I'm going to feature it nonetheless, and it's my most favorite, all-time most favorite men's fragrance, and it comes from the brand of Dior, and it's called Dior Homme Parfum. And this is just class in a bottle, absolutely fantastic fragrance. It takes that lipsticky powdery iris DNA but makes it more masculine because it adds some agar oud, adds leather, adds a rose note in here, and pretty much it takes the, you know, the Dior Homme DNA, Dior Homme Intense DNA, and makes it niche. That's the best way that I can describe it. This is a designer fragrance that will put a lot of niche fragrances to shame by the way it smells, by the quality of it, and by its performance. An absolutely fantastic fragrance. And yes, again, I know that we already have some clones of Dior Homme Parfum, like Gary's Den from FOMO, and this is actually a very nice fragrance on its own, but it's like a more balsamic take, a sweeter take on original DNA. It lacks the quality of the leather note, it lacks that agar, oud and rose combo in the original fragrance, and just all around feels of a lesser quality, which is to be expected. Again, not a bad fragrance on its own, it's actually an absolutely fantastic performer as well, but I would absolutely love if some Middle Eastern brand can actually make a closer clone scent-wise to Dior Homme Parfum, the last fragrance featured in today's video. And so guys, in today's video I showed you a list of 9 designer and niche fragrances that I would absolutely love to see get cloned by a Middle Eastern fragrance brand. I hope that you found this video interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in the next one. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.